Hi, everybody. I'm Brandy. This is Hound Dog Hollow. Today we're going to be getting ready for the new moon in Leo. I, I hope that wasn't like. I guess I'll say it again. Hi, I'm Brandy. This is Hound Dog Hollow, and today we're going to be doing a get ready with me for the new moon in Leo, which is coming up. I'm just going to load the live onto my phone because it's easier and faster for me to see the chat than on my laptop, which seems to take forever. So basically, this is just where I prepare for the new moon. That's what the get ready with me part is. And I just speak out loud and share my resources and list my process. Everybody's different. Your magic is your magic, and your system and how you're going to do this is for you. So by all means, I would check that out. I would consider keep that in mind. That's all I'm saying. That this is obviously not set in stone. This is just more of a little way that I do it. And there we go. There we go. Let me just begin. We might be a little bit lonely today because it has been a while since I have been doing these. I missed two. So let's catch up. So the first thing I would say is I always have my book of shadows, and so mine is always something different. I go through these pretty quickly, a couple 2 to 3 a year. So I just zoom through these. I keep all of them so I can chart my journey. I highly advocate for using a book of shadow. So for me, a book of shadow is like a journal of your magical work. If your grimoire is a recipe book, your book of shadow is basically how it went. What did you use? How did you feel? Blah, blah, blah. That's what all of this is, plus information that I gather over time. And just lots of information. Anything magical, I feel like, goes in here. So then I have, of course, a writing implement. You can write with whatever implement suits you. The other thing that I like to have is, of course, something I write in my grimoire is the planetary movements and the lunar movements in the front, just so I can have that information. But also in my description, there is a link for a moon phase. You just put in your location, your town, and it will tell you the moon phase for your exact location and time for basically forever. It goes, I don't know, I haven't tested how far back it goes, but I've checked, maybe probably 60 years in the past, and I haven't gone in the future at all. So that will help you kind of gauge when the time is, because some people feel like you shouldn't do new moon workings until you see the first new little sliver of moon in the sky, and that's totally appropriate. That's totally for you. And I personally, once astronomically, the moon is new and it's officially waning or waxing. Waning means less, waxing means more. Once it's officially waxing is when I like to do my workings, because for me it's always starting, creating a new beginning. So that's how, hi Kitsufekate, thank you. So that's how I do it. So for me, it's very important to know what time in my location is it going to be in the waning or the waxing. Well, both. When is it waning? Not then. When is it waxing? Okay. The dark moon, when it's waning, is a really, really good special time that I call the dark moon. It's a really good time for release, for banishment, for just like shadow work. So consider that. That's something I want to talk about in the future. But as you know, I'm kind of slowing down right now. So I am committing to keeping up with my boxes and to keeping up with my lives, and as I can to do the extra content and work on my blog. But I've got a busy 2 weeks nursing. Grad school starts, and apparently we're going to homeschool our 5-year-old for kindergarten. And all the animals and life and just everything. It is wild. So basically, for me in Oregon, where I live, hi Patricia, thank you, honey. So Tuesday, the 18th of August at 1941. So it is. There's a song called 1941. Something's wrong when you forget or regret things that haven't happened yet. So that came into mind. I digress. 7:41 in the evening. I am feeling a little better. Thank you. I know. I am going to be busy, but life is busy. And, I've said it before and I'll say it again. You can sleep when you're dead. And unfortunately, it is what it is. My kid needs an education. I need an education. We need money and jobs. So we just have to keep going, just like lots and lots of people. And we're lucky to have the means to give him a good education and the means for me to go to school and jobs to keep us fed and safe. And, a lot of people don't have that right now. So I can't complain too much. I'm just picking up my notes, guys, picking up my notes. It's been a while, so I'm out of practice. Here we go. So first things first, when is it? Next thing you need to do is, I like to have a list of resources that I'm going to review. And so for me, I have books, almanacs, websites. I myself don't have a coven. I'm a solitary. Hi, Wiccan. Gosh, I'm so happy you guys are here. It's just a small group today, but it's a group of people that usually come, and it's just really nice. I've missed this. I've missed this connection. I am wearing clothes. It's just hot. It's 110 degrees in Oregon today. I did not sign up for this. I might need to move. Oh, B73. Hi. Thank you for stopping by. I would love for you to watch it tomorrow. Have a wonderful, blessed sleep, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, so I divided into books, almanacs, and websites. You might also have traditions for whatever it is your magical background is, and everybody has a magical background because, like I've said before, and I firmly believe with every fiber of my being, is magic is every human being's birthright. All of us. Little children are born with magic, and society crushes it out of them, but it's still yours. It's your birthright. It's humans. It's everybody. There's magic everywhere, and it's for all of us. So whatever your magical background is, if you have a more set one, such as like traditional Wicca or whatever, I'm an eclectic. So if that's the case, then you might want to refer to those materials as well. I myself create my own practice because I don't believe in any kind of organized situation, just because I feel like your relationship with the divine is so intimate and so personal and so fluid. It's hard to replicate in groups, even if it's small groups. So I digress. First things first, I'd like to share some websites with you guys. I always share, and they are in the links below, but I just like to say it out loud. Hi, Crystal Tarot Apothecary. Thank you. I was gone, and apparently there was controversy. There always is controversy for people who like, I've never met such a large group of people who consider themselves empaths and woke and just like, I love my witchy community, but you guys have so much fucking drama. It's like, why? Who gives a fuck what they think? I don't care. Don't care what you think. I don't care if you come on my live and you're like, this bitch is stupid and she doesn't know anything. That's your opinion. It's a reflection of you, not of me. Have a nice day. Bye. So I digress. There's no drama on this channel. I don't care what you do. I really don't care. Whatever is for you, whatever. As long as you're not doing anything immoral or illegal, and even then illegal is, some laws are arbitrary. I don't, but immoral, then I don't, other than that, I don't care. Please don't hurt children or small animals if you can avoid it. How's the magical garden doing? I'm all over the place today. Well, I am gonna make time to do an update for that. It has actually been a really hard time for me My corn did not grow. I planted like so much corn and not a single corn grew except for one little corn in my cedar tree planter. Like, I don't even know how it got there. Anyway, my pumpkins, 2 of them grew, but they didn't make any flowers. My onions were very successful, and I will share that with you guys. My carrots were very successful, and we've eaten them all, so I can't share that with you guys. My radishes were very successful, and they've been eaten. My herbs are really successful, and I'll share that with you guys. I have tons of herbs. I just found out that 3 of them died suddenly from this heat wave, so that's kind of shitty. The strawberries were really good. It's too hot right now, so they're struggling. The lettuce is struggling. The herbs are doing fine, and the sunflowers unfortunately did not come in as well as I wanted. So all things considered, it wasn't my best year gardening, but every year I learn more and I get better, and next year's going to be better and better because these are skills that our ancestors had, that is in our blood, that is in humanity's blood, that we could claim anytime, but it's not instantaneous when you weren't raised that way, and I was not. So it is my mission to raise my son that way and my descendants, but it's a learning process for me, and I'm giving myself grace because I'm doing so much already. It's not something that I'm going to stress about. I love plants. I do my best. If they die, they die. It's their time. Hi, Brandy. Very happy to read that you're healing. Sending you love. Sorry I can't stay. Oh, thank you, Autumn. Star Amber. Amber, I always want to call you Autumn, but it's Amber. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My herbs and roses flourish this year. That's wonderful. I am jarring my lavender tonight on my witchy channel. That's awesome. Let me see really quick. I will put a little note. I have some stuff to do tonight, but I'll make a note to come back and see it. I am trying to catch up on your guys's videos. I am way behind, and that's how I'm going back through videos, and there's like apologies and like I'm taking a break, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? What happened here? I don't even know. Like, what is this? Every year it's something. You guys have grace with each other and stay in your fucking lane. Please, let's not fight. Everything is so hard and we're so tired, and it's just so much going on right now. The last thing we need to do is eat each other alive. Please, 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 let's not do that. Mystical goddess. I put Crystal Tarot Apothecary, but now I'm gonna put I'm gonna cross that out and put mystical goddess. Okay. So, internet resources. I love Spirit de la Lune. I talk to them. I have their deck. I get their planner every year, and they do like a monthly moon report. Very good information. It's a free resource. The moon report and the blog. Those are free resources. The deck is one of my favorite decks I've ever had. It's just it's one of my spirit decks, one of my soul decks. Same here. I mean, don't get me wrong, Crystal Tarot Apothecary. I am opinionated, but the thing is, like, I don't get upset if you don't agree with me. You do you. Just don't. And I've been really lucky that people don't tell me what to do because I am not the one. I am not the one. Don't do it. So it works out. And the links for these websites that I'm talking about are below. I also have the Moon Phase website. The link is there below. Tamed Wild Apothecary. They have a really nice newsletter and blog. I like their boxes, but I haven't been getting it because, like, I'm already so far behind. So what I like about them is that you can see what the next box is going to have. And one of the things that they really excel at that I really love is like their bags and their altar cloths are just beautiful. They have a very beautiful aesthetic that really resonates with me. However, I have a ton of stuff. So I'm actually transitioning away from that and taking a little break. No worries. What's your tarot? So your Crystal Tarot Apothecary is your tarot, and then your witchy one is Mystical Goddess. So the Tame Wild is the link below. It's Magical Alchemy is their blog website, and they do a moon report. for the new and the full moon. And they do eclipse reports and they do mythologies and they talk about all sorts of stuff. It's really good information. I like the company. I just don't always like the offerings in the box, or I feel like after getting their box for like almost 2 years in the past, I just feel like I will, if I see a box, if I get my inventory down and I see a box that's really beautiful, that really speaks to me, I will buy a single box, but I'm just not in a place where I would subscribe again. The Witches box is wonderful. I don't subscribe to them. I am on their wait list, and when their mystery boxes come out, I get one like with a quickness. I try to get, like, I will set an alarm. I will wake up in the middle of the night to get it. I will get any. And Elena is wonderful. She's so smart. She's not, I can't say she's like, I don't have like a coven or a teacher, and like the way Elena talks and the way she acts and the way she presents herself in our community is so wise and mature, and at the same time welcoming and relatable, that I feel like I think of her as kind of a mentor. I love her. And that's the Witches box. And they do like a new moon report, a dark moon report, a full moon report, and then they have like informational stuff, just wonderful stuff. And the boxes are very luxe. You can even get the information now just digitally. There's lots going on there that's really, really cool and really helpful. My son is coming home, and I think he's going to be barging in a second. So the Witchcraft Way, periodically, they have a lot of blog and information and stuff that they share as well. I don't know if they consistently do. Hi. I don't know if they Oh, I see. Oh, my alarm went off. That means it's time for me to eat my vitamin. Oh, it's cool if you don't like their style. I think the comment was retracted though. I love the Witch's Roots. Hi, Emrys. Okay, the Witchcraft Way. I haven't seen them consistently do new moon and full moon resources the way that I have with the other sites, but they do have lots of information. Oh, okay, no worries. Sorry, I lost my page. Here we go. Of course, Pinterest is a really good resource. I will say it is a good resource. However, I would always use multiple resources, because you really want to make sure that your information is true and correct. And the more resources that you look at, if they agree, that's great. And if they have references, that's even better. But you always want to take what you read with a grain of salt. So it's good for inspiration. It's good for information. Just be careful to do a little bit of research and make sure that things resonate with you, because just because something is a correspondence for someone for this thing doesn't necessarily mean that that's how you feel about it. Oh, cool. That's wonderful. I used to get, it was called the Wild Medicine box back when I started getting it in February of 2018. And I absolutely loved it. So, but they stopped making that box. Google, of course. And again, grain of salt, guys, grain of salt. Be careful with when you're looking up things. Make sure that you check your resources. We don't want to be doing things that are dangerous. We don't want to be doing things that are like immoral. And I say immoral like very loosely, because I mean like heavily immoral, like pedophilia, human trafficking, assault, sexual violence of any kind. Don't do those things. Try not to if you can avoid it. But just be careful, especially because some things are shamelessly twisted or changed for all sorts of motives. So just be careful, guys. Protect yourself. That's a good idea. Keys of Hecate. So then the books. I have books. I'm going to review them with you guys right now. They're in the link below. There's a little Amazon link next to it. If you buy it from that link, I get like a little tiny bit. It doesn't increase your price or anything. So basically, it's an affiliate link. So, sorry. I got to keep my thing open because I'm all over the place today. So the main ones are the same ones that I use every time. So I have I have the Witch's Almanac here, but really it's more very good for articles. So I read it like a book. However, it does have little like whimsical, not whimsical per se, but like there'll be the calendar here, right? Which I already know. I have a ton of these. But there'll be like little enigmatic, that's the word. Just bits of advice in there, and I always try to annotate those. Exactly, Crystal Tarot Apothecary. I started being a pagan at 14, and so I basically anything free I could get from the library that wouldn't get my mom like up in arms. What's up, baby?
There's baby chicks out back.
There's baby chicks out back. Take a picture, send it to me. We had babies. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, so basically, here's some enigmatic advice for random. Hi Dawn, thanks for coming. Here's some enigmatic advice for random days. Okay, so it says the 17th is Black Cat Appreciation Day, which is great because I have one little kitty named Dusty and she is black. On the 21st, they suggest that you light a pink candle. On the 24th, they say give it back. On the 26th, they say call it done. On the 29th, they say new plan. And on the 1st, they suggest you make something. I know, there's probably a bunch. Okay, so we have 50 chickens. And for the last 2 weeks, we've been going out there and there's been maybe one egg, maybe two. And I'm like, oh man, these damn hens are finding somewhere to lay that they shouldn't be laying, which is bad enough because that's how the ducks are. Ducks are stupid. And even though I made them a house, they won't go in it and they won't lay in it. They just lay wherever the hell eggs fall out of their butts. But I digress. My husband found a hen under the hen house sitting on a whole bunch of eggs. And I was like, she's a goner because I have a possum, Bocephus, who likes to come under the hen house and eat the eggs. And he won't usually hurt a chicken, but if there's a chicken in his face, he ain't going to back down. Thankfully, it sounds like she lived. And it sounds like she's got little babies. So daddy's probably going to need to make them a safe little pen, not under the hen house, where they can eat and drink separate from the other things because chickens and geese especially, will kill little tiny ones. Thank you, dear. So that was really cool advice from now until the full moon. Just little bits of enigmatic advice. I love that kind of thing. The next thing is, and I've had this book since I was 18, maybe 19. I know, Silver Ravenwolf, you love her, you hate her. People have all their feelings about her. I feel like her information is pretty good, and I feel like it's reiterated across many, many resources that I've seen since then. You do you, boo. Take what you need, leave what you don't. So her suggestion for a new moon in Leo. And so I'm going to take notes here, okay? Oh, thank you, guys. Okay, so the basic energy is strength, obviously the lion is on the strength card in tarot typically. Positivity, leadership, confidence, generosity. I'm a Leo, so this is all like that's pride for you. Kindness, success. Those are all really good intentions, good seeds, good energy that's working around all around us for everybody right now. And you, being the magical human that you are, can harness that energy to create the kind of life that you want to live, to create the world that you want, to make your spiritual alchemy. So the color association is yellow. The element is fire. So maybe some fire magic, some candle magic. Be careful with the fire magic, though. It is burn season, and I don't want anybody to accidentally start a fire. That would be devastating. So, suggested magical operations. Rituals for strength, courage, thinking in a positive way, and that, Lord knows we need that. Winning, success, learning to be a good leader, kind, loyal, and generous. Spells for drama and acting, fun at the beach or on vacation, wealth in the home, and for making your talents shine. Spells to find the perfect pet for you or to help you realize your talents. So, oh, thank you, Amaris. I hope that it helps you. I'm happy you're here, and I hope that the content helps. Um, Thank you so much. Oh, there's my dog. Okay, so basically, guys, I'm glad. I am just putting all the information out there, and you can take notes and say like, "Ooh, yeah, that sounds like something I want to work on," or "Oh, that's just good to know," or however you want to do it. But for me, I already know this information generally because obviously I've been reading this damn book since I was for what 17 years, and the other thing is I'm really familiar with astrology, so I'm kind of familiar with the energy of Leo, the archetype of Leo, right? That is good, Dawn. It's good. I was thinking of having a dark moon bath today or tomorrow. So that's another thing I like to do on the dark moon, not just charge things, which would be a good time to charge things for like Hecate, or the Morgan or whoever, maybe Kali Ma. If you are familiar and respectful with that situation, then it is a good time for that. But also one of the things I like to do is it's a good time to have yourself a bath and to exfoliate your body and as you're doing that to spiritually let stuff go that you need to release. And then as the water drains, it's gone. Let it go. Rinse it out, clean the tub, it's gone. It's not yours anymore. And then you have a blank slate so that you can claim what's yours. You can make your intentions for what's yours as the new moon, comes in and starts waxing again, right? And as for me, so some people say the new moon to the full moon and they're done. But for me, the things that I start on the new moon in Leo, I expect to come into fruition by the full moon in Leo, right? So like in January. That's my process. I rarely do magic that comes to fruition very quickly. I'm a long haul kind of person. I'm thinking long term. I'm trying to create I'm trying to create these massive big changes in my life and for my family and for my ancestral line and for my community and for the world, that those things take time. And so I'm in it for the long haul. I'm a long vision kind of person, and that suits my needs better. Exactly, Dawn. Yes, I love those. I love it. Okay, so rituals and spells for courage, strength, thinking in a positive way. So I like strength. And we always need thinking in a positive way because Lord knows that we are getting spiritually worn from everything that's happening. who doesn't need more winning, I guess. Success in your endeavors is always good. Um, so being a good leader speaks to me, especially like, as a, a parent in a household and a nurse in my community, and learning to be a practitioner in medicine. And also, I take my platform here very seriously, and I advocate for us to make space and to help people that is not represented by beautiful witchcraft aesthetic claim their spot with us, and for people who are repressed by different systems that say that what we're doing is evil, for them to claim their magic in a safe, respectful way that helps them feel empowered but not guilty or shameful. So that's all things that I consider here because it's really important to me. Um, I strongly believe that, I mean, I strongly believe that magic is for everybody and it has something for everybody, no matter what your religious background is, and that if we can reclaim our our magic and our ancestral strength from our ancestors, and respect for our ancestors and our elders, and for our mother the earth, and for our environment, and for the magic all around us, we'll be happier, we'll be healthier, we'll make better choices, and we'll live happier, better lives. So how can I be a good leader in that respect? I feel like I'm kind and loyal. Loyal is probably, I'm loyal to a fault. um, and generous. I try to be generous, which there's giveaways coming up. I promise I'm getting to it. I just don't feel well enough to pack boxes and do all this stuff, but there is giveaways coming, I promise. So, drama and acting, no drama, and I'm not an actress. Fun at the beach or on vacation. Wealth in the home is always good. Hi, Catherine. Making your talents shine. Spells to find the perfect pet for you. Oh Lord, you guys know the pet situation that I have here. If I get any more pets, my husband's gonna leave. He won't leave. Or to help you realize your talents. Avoid overspending on ritual and spell supplies. Don't brag about your magic. Remember the witch's pyramid: to know, to dare, to will, and to be silent. Which I try not to brag anyway, because I feel like whenever I brag, I inevitably put foot in mouth. Oh, Catherine, we just have the one kitty, but apparently we now have more than 50 chickens because somebody just came out from under the hen house with baby chicks, which I will see after this live is over. Okay, so the next resource that I want to share with you guys is the Modern Witchcraft Grimoire by Sky Alexander. It's another, I love this whole series. It's very good. It's helpful, and it's talking about witchcraft not in terms of Wicca or whatever, because I'm not a Wiccan, but in broad senses that speaks more to me in my craft positivity. So basically, I'm co-opting the term positivity. I'm going to say we're witchcraft positive. Everybody should do it. It's for everybody. Manifesting your reality and intentionally making your life what you want it is for everybody. So I know I will post some pictures on my IG. Okay, guys. So I promise. So try to get a little pictures or a little video for you guys. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully you follow me. Well, you guys probably don't all, because I have like 1,200 plus subscribers on YouTube and only like 300 on IG, but it is what it is. I gotta drink my Premier Protein shake. Sorry. Good resources, and I've said it in the past, and I'll reiterate it, that the resources that I use habitually are all from witches that, to me, I do not believe they're witches of color. And I am trying to broaden my information range to share with you guys to more thoroughly represent other which is of other cultures. As you know, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm Hispanic, I am a Latina witch, bruja. But I've been sick. I haven't even finished a single book, which isn't like me. So it's coming, but these resources are good. The information's there. It is what it is. And we'll just try to share more voices in the future. Exactly. And I love Cunningham. I have a beautiful hardcover of his Cunningham Encyclopedia of Herbs, and I love it. It's a wonderful. So basically, beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep. All right. The sun enters Leo around July 22nd and remains in the sign until August 22nd. Although this can vary a day or so from year to year, in many parts of the northern hemisphere, the sun shines brilliantly now and illuminates our world. Likewise, Leo's light shines brightly on each of us, illuminating our special gifts. Are your creative juices flowing? Do you feel inspired to express your unique talents and seek recognition for your abilities? Now's the time to step out of the shadows and into the spotlight. Leo's fiery energy gives you the confidence and courage to show your stuff and to make your mark in the world. Leo's energy supports spells to strengthen your self-esteem, advance your position in the world. Ooh, improve your public image. I'm taking notes, guys. Improve your public image or get the recognition you seek. The creative energy of the sign can also boost your own creative ability. Use this period to let the artist in you shine. Enrich all your spells and rituals with an extra dash of drama and imagination now. So that's all helpful information. So the full moon now is going to be the harvest moon, okay? So somebody thought this last moon, in one of my groups, thought this last moon was the harvest moon, but it is not. So this new moon is the beginning of the harvest moon cycle, right? And so the full moon will be the harvest moon. The full moon is September. So for this cycle, so it's the harvest moon. It's a period of reaping rewards after your efforts and seeing your dreams come to fruition. Give thanks for goals realized, projects completed, and wisdom gained. Give thanks or focus on completion and bringing your life into balance. So it's basically reaping what you sow. Your dreams coming true, and being grateful. So when the moon is in Leo, you're going to want to focus on leadership, career success, courage, recognition, creativity, and vitality. Especially when you're healing, you want some vitality. All right, so that was the information from this book. I felt like that was good. I got a lot out of it because I'm in this space. Let me catch up on the thing. I don't know if this one's interesting. Check out this one. Let's see. Oh, Good Juju. I have that book. I haven't read it yet, but I am excited to read it. Thank you so much, dear Urban Witch Society. Hello, Stephanie. Thank you for joining. Oh, wonderful. And you don't have to identify as a witch to do magic and folklore and I mean granny magic and superstition and mythologies and legends. I mean, those things belong to all of us. And you don't have to be a witch. Magic is for everybody, regardless of what your background is or how you identify or what you claim. So I come from a very, very immensely spiritual family, especially my mom. and two of my sisters and myself are very, very sensitive. I consider myself a witch. Um, they do not, but we kind of like still think and believe a lot of the same concepts and still have these same experiences. So it's just how you personally identify in your world. I love kitchen magic. I don't think about sharing it as much because I do it so naturally, but that's something I want to share in the fall if I have the time and the energy. And I'm getting more in love with green and herbal witchcraft, which to me is like growing food and herbs, and then using them for medicine, for nurturing, for nourishing food, and for different purposes. Um, and of course, I love the moon and the elements. So awesome. We're very in tune. Okay, so I'm I guess I'll do the book of correspondences. I love this. This is a gem. And I have, you know, Llewellyn is probably, I believe, the biggest publisher in the magic, in the spiritual, in the new age realm. And historically, they have been prone to share voices of basically, um, maybe I could say like European magic or Anglo-Saxon, right? But recently they have been making efforts. I checked their site. They had a wonderful article about, you know, witches of color that they publish, that they support, that they have writing in their almanacs, which I've gotten their almanacs for years and years. And there are people of color, Native Americans, Afro-Caribbean, with different, I don't know about Asian, and that's a very broad. Obviously, it's a massive continent. So they are acknowledging that and trying for representation. It is a slow process, but I'm glad that they took those steps, and I feel comfortable, still supporting their stuff. Obviously, if they're making almost all the information out there, then it's limited what you can consume. You just have to try to consciously consume things that you feel are fair and represent the kind of values that you want, right? So yes, same eclectic pagan witch. But here's this great, excellent resource, very well written, and again, for me it goes without saying, but I will say it just to be sure, just because I want to focus on more representation and different, sharing information from different witches of different backgrounds, and also different types of people in general. That does not mean that I don't like my cisgendered heterosexual white witches that I've loved forever. I'm not going to stop loving them. I'm just going to consciously try to give more attention to people who have wonderful, wonderful stuff and information to share. We just don't hear about it. So that's the whole point. Yes. Okay. I have a huge book collection, but I'm trying to read through it because the list keeps growing on my Amazon. So, okay. Thank you, Dawn. I'm not turning my back on anybody is what I'm thinking. I think sometimes people get their little feelers up and they get defensive because they're like, oh, what about me? And it's not about just individual people. This is about societal tropes, right? And yes, that's true, Keys of Hecate. And there was a really good article I shared on my Instagram about Llewellyn and institutional racism, because, to this day, they have books about shamanism and bone throwing and Santeria and hoodoo by white authors, when there's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of people who are indigenously or born into those cultures who also have books for that that you could have shared, to say nothing of those people's journey. That's still valid. They still probably have wonderful information. However, for things that are, we're getting a little bit off topic. The point is, like, there are people from those cultures, from those backgrounds, who could share their information in their authentic native voice. And space needs to be made for that. No, it's okay. These are important topics. We need to talk about these things. That's one thing. While I was gone, I guess the Oracle of Glitter talked about the danger of always thinking of love and light. And there's no such thing, in my opinion, because I don't believe that I'm a white witch or a good witch. I am a witch. I'm good and I'm bad. I'm light and I'm shadow. There's a lot of shitty parts of myself. And when we say that we only want to embrace the happy parts, then that's not okay, because the shitty parts of yourself are still you, and they're still valuable, and they're still important. You have to embrace your shadow to be a stronger, better person and to be whole. Okay, so when we say this is an ugly topic and I only want to talk about positivity on my channel, that's not fair, and that's copping out. This is an ugly topic, and I care enough about you and me and my children and our community and our future to say this is an ugly topic and it really hurts, but we got to talk about it. What can we do? And that's the actual correct way to move forward, like adults, not ignoring things that are hard and painful. That doesn't help anybody. That just makes you feel better. And it only makes you feel better for a little bit, because then we keep having this damn drama about people getting hurt and upset and feelers. We need to just be honest adults and communicate and say it is not okay for Llewellyn to make money off shamanism and not use Native American authors. It's just not. I love you, Llewellyn. You have educated me since I was a very young baby witch, and I owe a lot of what I consider my personal spiritual power to the information that I was able to access easily from your books. However, you can do better. You can do better, and we will do better. And I see that you're trying, but I will hold you accountable, and that's just my purpose from now on. And I'm going to hold my community accountable, and I'm going to talk about these things. And you're going to be like, why do you always talk about these things? It's just, everybody's the same. Yes. When we stand before our maker in our true spirit and our soul, yes, we are all the same. However, society does not all treat us the same. And some people have to deal with bullshit that other people cannot even comprehend. And just saying that I don't see this, or I don't think about that, or I'm just love and light, completely invalidates those experiences. And I know I've gone on off a tangent, but I feel morally obligated to say that please don't shy away from these challenging topics. It doesn't make us stronger, better people. It makes us scared to share information and to talk to each other honestly and openly. So if you don't agree with me, you are welcome to respectfully tell me so. And we can have a respectful dialogue and hopefully walk away better people with a broader outlook. If I make you uncomfortable, I would say maybe get curious, maybe lean into that discomfort and see what about me, or what about what I'm saying touches something in you that you see in yourself that makes you uncomfortable. Because when it comes down to it, when I get irritated or uncomfortable or offended, it's usually something in the person that I see in myself, or that I don't like about myself, or that I'm not comfortable with in myself in general. So I digress. This is a good book. This is a good book. This person put a lot of effort, and it's very thorough, and it's very helpful. I digress. So, oh, 367. I'm looking for the right page. I'm sorry, guys. I used to have these marked, but like I said, I'm out of practice, and I'm getting off on tangents, and low time. We are just rocking and rolling today. I've got to finish this Premier Protein by the end of this live. Okay. We're going to look at correspondences for Leo. in case you're still wondering what energies you can use to make an intention that is going to just change your life. But don't forget to do the work, because that's the real thing. Thank you for coming. I'm so happy. I will subscribe to your channel. I will look for it after this. Oh, okay. That's one of the reasons why I do lives, is because I feel like I try to be very careful in my videos, and I usually have like a set topic and kind of like a script in my mind, but I don't have anybody to talk to about witchcraft in real life. So all I have is you. And as far as I'm concerned, the 12 little people in this thing are sitting in my living room with me, and we're having this conversation. And the important thing is that we have these conversations, we talk about these things, and we connect. And I hope that it makes some of you feel less alone. And I hope that it makes some of you think. And I hope that it makes you want to come back to join me in my guest room, basically, with my turtle here and my bee house that I never got out this year here, and just like my paintings, all these stuff. Just, hey, you're here with me. Oh, happy birthday. My birthday was the 11th. Thank you, Don. Okay, Leo energy. So typically around July 23rd to August 22nd, 23rd, the symbol is little circle. Looks like a little sperm, a little squiggly. The solar system is the sun. The season is the summer. The time of the day is noon. The day is Sunday, obviously. Thank you, dear. The runes are as, rod, and wind. And please forgive me, I'm not very good at runes. The element is fire. The energy is yang, or directive, or masculine, whatever word resonates with you better. The numbers are 1, 4, 5, and 8. The colors are gold, green, orange, red, scarlet, or yellow. The chakras are the solar plexus and the heart. The tarot is strength, sun, and the suit of wands. The trees are acacia, hazel, holly, juniper, laurel, oak, olive, palm, and walnut. Herbs, angelica, borage, chamomile, daffodil, dill, golden seed, heliotrope, honeysuckle, lavender, marigold, peony, raspberry, rosemary, rue, St. John's wort, sunflower. The metals are gold and iron. The miscellaneous plants are anise, cinnamon, clove, eyebright, mistletoe, frankincense, nutmeg, saffron, and sandalwood. The gemstones and minerals are amber, golden beryl, carnelian, chrysoberyl, citrine, danburite, diamond, garnet, jasper, kunzite, labradorite, larimar, onyx, peridot, rhodochrosite, ruby, sapphire, sardonyx, sunstone, tiger's eye, topaz, and zircon. The goddesses Oh, you're still young. All right. Goddesses Anat, Bas, Sibyl, Devi, Diana, Durga, Freya, Hathor, Hera, Inanna, Ishtar, Juno, Nanan, and Sekhmet. The angel is Michael, my favorite, my husband's favorite. The animals are deer and lion. The gods are Amun, Helios, Mithras, Nergal, Ra, and Vishnu. The birds are eagle and peacock. The mythical is the Sphinx. Okay, and here's where it gets to the good part, guys. Take notes. Issues, intentions, and powers that have work good with Leo energy. Okay, so these are things that you can do now. You can do whatever you want. But if you wanted to harness the power of this Leo energy, then consider this. Action, affection, ambition, authority, communication, eloquent communication specifically, confidence, courage, creativity, I want to put elegant communication. I'm taking notes. And I want to put creativity because I'm thinking of every year around this time, you know, I'm trying to grow my platform. I have my web page designed by the beautiful Jocelyn, and I had been working hard on it, but now I've got to get back on it. Um, and of course my media to share my message, right? And to share with you guys. And so every year I make a little goal, and I'm growing. It's wonderful. But I hope for, you know, more growth and the creativity and the inspiration to pull people in and get people to stay, but also to spread messages that help people and heal communities and heal people and heal ancestral lines. And just, I hope that I can put that energy out there, and make the world a better place. So just, I'm writing notes. So here comes more: determination, energy, enlightenment, enmity, friendship, generosity, growth, guardian, guidance, integrity, jealousy, leadership, zest of life, light, love, loyalty, magic, specifically animal magic and sex magic, passion, pleasure, power, pride, romance, controlled strength, warmth, and willpower. That's a lot of good stuff to work on, guys. That's a lot of good stuff. So for the moon cycle through September, right? It's the intentions are confidence, the home, manifestation, and protection, right? Uh-oh. I wonder why my computer's not charging. Oh, sorry guys, hold on. I was like, why is my computer getting ready to die? What the hell? It's because I don't have it plugged in. That makes a difference, doesn't it? I'm going to light another incense stick. Even though these are really smoky and they're choking me out. Oh, Lord. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm all over the place. Oh, Dawn, I feel like you give so much. I love your channel. There's so much energy, and I love the way that you share everything. Like, even things that other people consider taboo, or I love it. I love it. It's good stuff. If you guys haven't checked out Dawn Night Bloom's channel, check it out. It's legit. She's amazing. She has so much good information. I've learned so much. I can't wait to find some time to work through her Servitor series. I love it. Really good. You're so good. So much good info. You're welcome, honey. I appreciate you. That's one of the best things about having this YouTube channel is the connections that I get to make with you guys. I don't have any witches in real life to talk to. And so this is as much for me as I hope that you get out of it too. I want this community. I want us to share. I want us to learn. I want you to walk away from my channel feeling empowered and better about our community and about, you know, yourself and about us and in general and the way that the world is going. I don't ever want people to come here and feel depressed or down or judged or afraid. So this is the world that we're creating, right? So if you find good stuff, share good stuff. Thank you, Megan. I didn't see you come in, honey. I'm sorry I didn't say hi, but thank you so much. I'm so glad that you stopped by. I really appreciate you. Have a wonderful dinner. I'm just checking to see if there's any more correspondence information that I really want to share. But I don't think so. Anyways, this was a good resource. I'm so sorry I got sidetracked with braiding, guys. So this is an almanac that's new to me. If you guys haven't watched my channels for very long, you probably don't know that every year I buy a shit ton of almanacs. And I use them to gather information. I use them to learn. This is a new one to me this year. Stay tuned because I'm going to have a huge planner review late in this year or early in next year. And just telling you guys about them. This is a gem. This is a gem. I already have the one for 2021 in my Amazon wish list. It is so good. It is so good. And it's even like a workbook. Friday Glad Heart, girl. It's great. It is from a very small publisher, but you can get it on Amazon. So one of my favorite things that I like about this, right, is that they have these days where they tell you they're particularly lucky for finding things or for, how do they put it? Let me find it. It's literally hands down my favorite part. It says, what are you fishing for? And it has Maui's fish hook, right? And it just says, like, the days below are good fishing times. They're excellent days to attract or draw things towards you, such as finding magical and spiritual tools in nature. In general, these are days of prosperity, opportunities, fertility, strength, and good luck. They're good days for travel, finding lost objects, and hunting. And they tell you every day for the year that goes through. And so every time I do these lives, I try to share with you the days between now and the full moon that you will have really good luck. And let me tell you, they said that July 4th was going to be a really lucky day. And for the first time in my life, I found 2 hagstones in one day. And I have been looking, guys. I've been looking for years. I found 2 hagstones in one day, which, by the way, Lisa, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I made a video, but please contact me on my social media because I want to send you a gift. So, Lisa, if you see this, contact me. But I digress. So, and I found fossils, tons of fossils, fossilized snails. I showed them in the hall before. I found fossils in Shasta Lake, which I've been to tons of times, and I've never found anything. But I was literally sitting on the porch of the houseboat, and I saw a fossil snail, and I picked it up. That's it. They were literally on the shore everywhere. So I have found them to be extremely lucky days, and I'm going to tell you that Thursday, the 20th of August, and Friday, the 21st of August, are going to be good days to find those things. They're going to be good days for opportunities, for fertility, for confidence. They're going to be good days. Go get you some. Seize that day. And then, let me see here. When is the full moon? The 1st and the 2nd. So the full moon's on the 2nd. So the 1st and the 2nd. So the 20th of August, the 21st of August, and then the 1st and 2nd of September are going to be really lucky days for finding stuff. Mark that down. Mark it down. Get you some. Now, this is another almanac that I love. Llewellyn's 2020 Moon Sign book. I get these every year. They're great. But what I like about them specifically is, so they have these little blurbs every week, right? So I don't like those blurbs in the front. But what I like about this is that they talk about the energy of the different moons. So I'm going to tell you about Leo. Leo moon's energy is masculine or directive or yang, however you want to think about it. Hot, dry, fiery, and barren. Okay, so this is not a good time for planting things. It's a moon in Leo. Use it whenever you need to put on a show, make a presentation, or entertain colleagues as guests, colleagues or guests. This is a proud yet playful energy that exudes self-confidence and is associated with romance. This is an excellent time for fundraisers and ceremonies, or to be straightforward, frank, and honest about something. It is advisable not to put yourself in a position of needing public approval or where you might have to cope with underhandedness, as trouble in these areas can bring out the worst Leo traits. I will tell you right now, as a Leo, as a lifelong Leo is what I was going to say, underhandedness brings out the worst in me. I can be so petty and hold and be so vindictive if you cross me. I hate that about myself, but I can't help it. Like once it gets to the point where I felt like you've crossed me, I will salt your earth. I hate that about myself. I'm just not the forgiving type. Please don't do that. Don't push me there. Okay, it does bring out the worst in us, I can tell you. There is a tendency in this time to become arrogant or self-centered. Self-centered is another thing that I struggle with, which is ironic because I also give too much of myself to others. So it's a weird juxtaposition, and I think it has to do with Leo being my sun and Aquarius being my moon, but also because I have a stellium, which is a lot of planets, at least four, three or four planets in one sign, and the sign is Virgo, which is the sign of service. And it's also my sixth house, which is the sign of like service. And so the house of like service and work. So I'm constantly in this thing of like thinking of myself and very prone to think like individualistically, but also being heavily driven to provide service and to connect and to help and to be involved and to do these things. It's a conundrum. So the ruler is the sun, the impulse is I am, and it rules the heart and the upper back. Oh, Don, am I getting too cray cray? And you know what, guys? My little boy has a stellium. Mm-hmm. His stellium is not in Virgo, though. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I try not to look too deeply into his astrology for the specific reason that I want to see him grow as a person and not anticipate him to present different traits from his astrological makeup. I try to see how he is just how he is. And so I try not to dive too deep into his astrology, but I do read a cool book called Mom Astrology, which is just about connecting with your little one of this signs and things they might tend to. And I find it really helpful. All right. Tuesday, August 18th, new moon in Leo. This new moon coincides with an excellent relationship with Mars in Aries. Novelty, toys, amusements are worth pursuing. Leo moons make it fun to act like a child or to get in touch with childish interest. So, Aries, nothing can stop you, but will you burn out? Pursue comfort during this lunar phase. Taurus, a good day for a new hairdo, but hair splitting is likely in even casual conversations. Gemini, what are you selling? Can you make it more appealing? Change more rather than less. Cancer, Venus in your sun sign amps up your appeal to others. Enjoy the attention. Leo, this is your personal new moon, and the decisions you make now can unfold over the next 6 months. This also means that relationships and projects that are troubled could bottom out. You will prevail. Virgo, being tentative isn't your style, but resisting commitment is the safe choice for now. Libra, your capacity for learning something new is immense. Use it. Scorpio, finances are stressed, also possibly stressful. Sagittarius, your positive philosophy makes a difference. Capricorn, opposites attract. Loudmouths love you now. Aquarius, dissatisfaction over trifles are beneath you. Pisces, so not your thing, but speaking up pays dividends. So that's like your little horoscope for these next 2 weeks. And last but not least, this Almanac by Spirit de la Lune. I absolutely love it. It has tons of great information. Yeah. My husband's a Scorpio. All right. So Here's the harvest moon cycle. I love the colors of this one. I love the size. So the gems for this moon cycle: apatite, which I have a ton of now, chrysocolla, morganite, prenite, and rose quartz, which I also have a ton of. Okay, it's a harvest moon cycle, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. So your weekly astrology forecast. Uranus, the Great Awakener, goes retrograde on the 15th of August in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus, who values relationships and feminine energy, or receptive energy, however you feel. Uranus retrograde in Taurus helps break down the barriers that are keeping the divine feminine energy oppressed. We have already seen the rise in feminine energy in many ways over the last few years, but it will continue to rise even to greater heights as Uranus is in Taurus for the next several months. Practice whatever self-care ritual or routine feels in alignment with your inner goddess. Go deep, and this is for everybody. There is feminine and receptive energy in every single human and creature and creation on the universe. So, like, goddess is for everybody. So what goddess is speaking to you right now? I don't know. Could be anybody. Go deep to learn to recognize and express your own essence of the divine feminine. On the 16th of August, the moon turns new. So for me, it's the 18th. The moon turns new in the sign of Leo. Every new moon is a time for new beginnings and setting new intentions for the month ahead. This new moon in particular will help you step fully into the new you that you've been working on all year. That's really great. I'm excited about that. Leo is the hero of the zodiac and reminds you to put yourself first right now, which is hard for us moms and for us people who want to do for other people. But you can't get from an empty cup, so make sure to put yourself first. Make yourself the hero of your own story as you set intentions for the cycle ahead. So the gem of the week is apatite. Apatite clears confusion and is a wonderful stone to help you communicate your true desires in a clear and concise way. Perfect for setting specific intentions with the new moon. The crystal also awakens your third eye. Wonderful for a Uranus retrograde. Hi. Hi, Trish. And next week, the sun shifts into Virgo on the 22nd of this week, which signifies another time of harvest for us. The growing season is at its peak and the harvest is high. Virgo is a time of shedding away or weeding out what is no longer growing or of benefit to us to make room for something new. The moon waxes to first quarter in Scorpio on the 25th of August. You might feel like digging deep and doing inner work on yourself this week. There is also a desire to learn when the moon is in Scorpio. See where your intuition takes you. Mysteries, magic, the occult, or other taboo subjects might appeal to you more right now. This is a good time to devote yourself to your craft or path. The moon shifts to Sagittarius a few days after visiting Scorpio. This will bring in a sense of optimism and positivity to the air that wasn't there at the beginning of the cycle. If you make any plans during that time, now will be the time you will want to start to execute them. Sagittarius is the explorer of the zodiac. She loves to expound on ideas and make them greater than ever, but it's also important to stick to an original plan on the important things right now. And the stone of next week is Amazonite. It's a stone to help you step out of your comfort zone and encourage you to follow your curiosity with like-minded people. A stone of hope and courage. She will surely revitalize your energy when the moon shifts into Sagittarius. Be open to new paths. And then we'll talk about what the full moon forecast is when that get ready with me happens, right? So I've got a little bit more information. The last thing I like to do, let me just share with you guys because I don't know how many of you guys have done this with me before. But basically, all of that book reading and almanac reading was me. That's my first step, is gathering information about what is the energy available for me right now, not just from Leo, but also from the other astrological alignments, and what intentions are speaking out to me. So I take notes, I think about it. I have my decks here ready to go. And right now, I like to read the decks and get the information. But then I kind of brainstorm and I journal and I think about what's going on in my life and what is it that I want to set as an intention for the next 6 months. And then I work on a rough intention because, I try to write my intentions like they've already happened. And so it's kind of hard to be concise and also as if I have it already. So I like to write the intention like that. Then I have a black envelope, a piece of parchment, and those are my new moon implements, right? Of writing. So I have a black envelope, a piece of parchment, a writing implement, my book of shadows. I usually do new moon readings with my decks. I'll try to do an Instagram picture of what I'm going to set out because I'm actually off this new moon. And also whatever working it is that I'm going to do surrounding my intention. Probably a candle, probably a bath. A bath on dark moon, a bath on the new moon. Candle magic, probably both days. Probably cleaning up and organizing my ofrenda and 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 journaling and divination, right? So for me, gather information, roughly do an intention, plan my spell work, which whatever it is that you think will help do your intention. For me, it's a fire element, it's Leo. I'm going to do candles. You might say, hey, I'm going to make this ritual bath salt. Hey, I'm going to make this sachet. Hey, I'm going to make this puppet. I'm going to make this amulet. I'm going to do a dream spell. Whatever it is that resonates with your intention and how you perceive this energy. Make your list, get all your stuff ready to go, and then on the night of the new moon, I write my intention ritually. And by that I mean like with my intention, and I say it out loud at least 3 times. Write it and I seal it because then on the full moon in Leo, I like to open those and review what I had written. At that time, I also do my working and my divination, and I call it a night. So I'm going to look through my decks. I'm looking at the information contained therein, but I'm not reading my cards right now. Right now, I'm getting information so that I can make an intention and then make a plan. And then on the new moon, I carry that out. That's why we do that. That's why I do this in advance so that when the moon comes, I already have a plan. I'm not like, oh, what am I going to do? Oh, I feel like preparation really helps us, number one, be better prepared for what it is that we're wanting so that we don't accidentally do something in a rush and call something to ourselves that we didn't mean to. And number two, it helps us so that even if Tuesday or Friday or whatever is such a busy day, I'm just dying, I already have everything laid out that I'm going to do. And so I can probably pick or choose at least 1 or 2 things that I can give my attention to and do something. We get into this trope where we're like, if I can't do it perfect, I don't want to do it at all. Anything we're doing is worth doing right. That's a lie that we tell ourselves. Yes, try your best. However, anything worth doing right is worth doing, period. Magic is worth doing even if it's not perfect. Setting intentions and doing your spiritual work and connecting with the divine is worth doing even if it's not perfect. Even if you don't have all the tools, even if you're rushed, even if you're tired, taking a second to connect with your spirituality, even if it's messy, even if it doesn't look cool, even if it's not like as good as you wanted it to be, that's just your critic talking. Your spirit just wants to connect. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. That's all I'm saying. And when we take time to prepare in advance, it makes it easier for us to say, I am so tired. I am so tired. And granted, when I was recovering from surgery, I did not celebrate Llamas, and I did not do the full moon. So if you really are there where you just can't, then you just can't. And that's okay. There's no pressure. But if you are in a place where you can, but you're paralyzed by the fear of not doing it right, or if you're paralyzed by the fear of it not being perfect, or if you're disappointed that it's not perfect, or if you just don't have the right things, don't do that to yourself. It doesn't have to be perfect. Literally, all you need is you. All you need is you. You are the magic. Nature is the magic. You are the magic. You are of your mother. You can make it happen just with whatever it is that you have. Please, let's stop waiting for special occasions to do these things that are important to us. Let's just do them every day because that's really living. But I digress. Decks. I put all my decks in little bags because I am trying to not have all these boxes to haul around with me everywhere. So, yeah, let's start with Moonology. I like this. It has really nice information. I like the deck. I'm sad that I waited so long to get it. And so I'm just going to pull some cards here that are appropriate for what we're doing right now. So, of course, what am I doing with myself here? Hold on, guys. I'm trying to find this. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, new moon. And new moon in Leo. Those are the two main ones that we're looking at right now. There's no eclipses. Yes, it's not a super moon. It's not a blue moon. The blue moon is going to be on Halloween. All right. So, one's new moons in general. One's new moons in Leo specifically. New moon. A new start is coming. There is a yes coming your way. This is one of the most auspicious cards in the deck. It's totally positive and suggests something new and exciting is developing. The situation you're asking about is blessed and you're on target to achieve your goals. The message from the universe is that you're starting all over again in some way, be that on a new or better course or just feeling more positive about achieving your desired outcome. If you've been feeling stagnant, this card reminds you that life goes in cycles and you're moving into a new cycle now. This is the time to wipe the slate clean. If the situation you asked about has become toxic, either that will clear up now or something totally new and fresh is on its way. I'll see it when I believe it. A new start is on its way. You will soon start to feel more hopeful about getting what you want. Your belief that your dreams can manifest is working well. Forget about the past. The new moon marks the start of the waxing cycle and the midpoint of the dark moon. It's a dark and veiled time when the moon is invisible and a time of rebirth. It's time that witches do their work, making wishes and laying down intentions for the new cycle. An intensely magical time when it's easier to pierce the veil to other worlds. And then we have pardon me, guys, hold on one second. All right. So, confidence is your key to success. This card heralds the start of a new cycle for you when you're going to look and feel more gorgeous, more in the spotlight, more like you have something worth showing off. If you want someone's attention, this card says it's coming. However, this may not happen all by itself. You have to be willing to do your bit. That means being proud of who you are and what you have to offer. Think of yourself as the queen or king of the jungle and carry yourself accordingly. This card is also a great omen if you're asking about a creative project you're working on. Alternatively, it can herald good news or a new start for your children. Make time to have fun. It's time for you to show the world what you've got. Shine your light. Have some pride. Spoiled yourself. You've earned it. You've turned someone's head. Leo is a sign of the big and brave-hearted lion, of pride and showmanship and flirting. The energy around the new moon is Leo, and therefore, the energy around the new moon in Leo, and therefore around this card, whenever you pick it, is hot and generous. The energy loves itself, and so should you. If you've been too much a wallflower, this new moon card and the Leo new moon comes as a reminder that you need to be proud of who you are. So that's good. That's good information. I feel like that resonates with everything else we've been reading, guys. Ah! He's such a clumsy. All right. Now we have the Queen of the Moon Oracle, which is another great deck. Box looks just like that. So we got the new moon card, of course, new moon. And then, so then the harvest moon is our trying to find the harvest moon card. Hold on. Here we go. Here's the harvest moon. Let me just double check. There's nope. Okay. All right. Let's start with the basics, which is the new moon. It's a doorway, right? Beginnings. You are offered a fresh start. Your journey is beginning. Take the first steps towards something new. It is time to place emphasis on your health and well-being. I accept and rejoice in renewal and beginnings. There is something incredibly poetic and even romantic about that tiny sliver of silver that is the new moon. After the waning cycle and depth of the dark moon, here is appearing in the sky incredibly a crescent of the finest light, almost a scratch upon the blackboard of the universe. Here is the evidence that even after the darkness, new light returns again. The crescent of the new moon is an ancient symbol that stretches back to ancient prehistory. There are cave drawings featuring crescent moons, sculptures of goddesses with crescent moon diadems, and the goddesses Aphrodite, Hecate, Diana, Artemis, Inanna, and many Central Asian female deities were often depicted with new moon symbology. Go back even further into Neolithic cave paintings where moon and sun symbology features, with no phase more commonly being depicted than the new moon. When the new moon appears in the lunar cycle, we are gifted with a new beginning and a fresh start. What we have identified as useless or unneeded anymore has been released in the void of the dark moon, and here waiting is a new chance. Here we get to renew our lives and feel free enough to risk trying again. Whether we are asking for a fresh start in relationships or a new love, or are heralding the actioning of intentions such as better health, a new business, or the start of a new project, writing the new moon energy will assist us. Many creative people start new works on a new moon, and I personally, as an author, like to begin all of my works on this phase, even if beginning means simply typing up a cover page or outline. The most powerful of new moons for new starts traditionally are within the season of spring, but still. And then we have this one's basically about the whole moon cycle, right? Harvest moon, fruition. As the seasons turn, there is always a time when all the potential of the spring beginnings is manifest. The crops grow tall and are ready to harvest, and they have done this from a fallow field into which we have planted seeds. The trees have flowered, and now there is fruit to pick. It is time for the harvest. I welcome the joyous fruition of all the intentions I set. When we are able to bring something to fruition, whether it be a planting, a project, or change in ourselves, it is the perfect time to celebrate all that we are grateful for and to mark our achievement. We may have worked very hard to bring this new situation into reality. We may have been patient in the way we have worked over time and sacrificed much to make it happen. The harvest moon is the time to be happy about our success and to share it with others. Our ancestors would dance and sing, and we have community festivals of thanks, all to celebrate the fruition of all that hard work and to thank the gods for their assistance. These times of high energy are also times to really focus on your body, as they can be quite taxing on our systems. If we don't take care, it is often the time we can get ill. This new moon normally falls on the month closest to the autumn equinox in the northern hemisphere. So that's pretty exciting. Fall is my favorite, and it's a good time. I love this time. So, good energy here. I'm feeling it. I'm ready for some harvest moon energy. All right. Last but not least is one of my most beloved decks. It's my Spirit of the Lune deck. Boop, 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 boop. Gotta find our cards that I'm going to talk about. If y'all have any questions, please, please, please ask me. It's a beautiful one. Harvest Moon. And then, of course, we're going to have our new moon. Ooh, I'm tired, guys. What the heck? And Leo. All right. So this is the beginning. This new moon will be the beginning of the harvest moon cycle. Harvest moon, gratitude. The harvest moon appears in the sky closest to the autumn equinox. The atmosphere of the earth reflecting the sun rays makes this moon seem orange like the colors of the leaves slowly fading. It is time to welcome in a new season and changes are up ahead. Reflect on your journey and find all the paths of gratitude in the cycle of creation that is an opportune time to give back to keep the abundant energy cycling through your life. Make an offering to nature, give back to charity, and take time to volunteer. Give with unconditional love and kindness. This will create a fertile foundation for new seeds to grow. The autumn equinox is the time of balancing the light and shadow energies before the dark half of the cycle approaches. Realign your energy and bring back balance and harmony. Shadow. Check in and be honest with yourself. Are you giving too much of your energy away or are you giving too little right now? There are times when energy preservation is needed, but realign with your intentions and ask what the best route is. Focusing on your failures will not benefit you or your situation. Cultivate gratitude always. Some words: gratitude, balance, giving, and receiving. Hi, Lori. Oh, good, Dawn. I'm glad. Balance, giving, and receiving. Balance, light and dark. Entering a new season. Mabon, autumn equinox. Cultivate gratitude. Create a harvest altar. Open your heart to all the blessings around you. Share your abundance with your tribe and community. Give an offering from your harvest. Focus on your heart and throat chakras. Good info. All right, let's talk about the energy of the new moon itself. New moon, new beginnings. In the womb of the new moon, I birth my dreams so they can bloom. The new moon is the beginning of the lunar cycle and is much like the element of air. You cannot see her, but you can feel her. Most of our desires and actions come from the subconscious part of the mind ruled by this moon phase. The mind is a powerful tool to shift consciousness and how we perceive our lives. Now is the time to immerse yourself in the visions of your dreams and desires. You are beginning a new chapter of your life. How do you want this new cycle to unfold? What will be your new reality? In the darkness of the new moon, you are in the womb of your reveries. There are infinite possibilities in this gestation period as you rebirth. You are supported in this darkness of your subconscious. Allow your actions and intentions to stem from this place. Shadow. You may need to rethink your intentions in your situation. What is the motivation behind them? If they are not sincere or for the higher good of all, they will not fulfill your spirit in the long term. You may also be afraid to face the unknown and invite change. Write your intentions. You are entering a new chapter. Allow rebirth to take place. Swirl and be in the new possibilities. Run free with your imagination. Open your third eye. And last but most certainly not least, Leo. I love them too. Leo, the hero. Leo is the warm, glowing sun of the zodiac. The lion is the king or queen and rather enjoys this role. Ruled by the sun, they can be warm, generous, playful, and loving. They can also be as hot as a raging fire if pushed too far. If the lion can soften egocentric leanings, they will be the champion to their cause and become the triumphant hero they are born to be. Leos are born to shine. You are in a position where it is time for you to evoke the lioness within. Be bold and confident with your actions. A lot of eyes are on you right now, so lead by example. Let the hero within you shine forth and live your legend. You are in the flow of attraction, so choose what you wish to manifest wisely. But on the shadow side, do not shirk away from this leadership position you find yourself in. Let Leo instill confidence and empower you to move forward. When the moon is in Leo, creativity, illumination, and self care will make you feel all aglow. Be careful not to let your ego rule the day. For the new moon, invoke your muse for creativity and inspiration. Thank you, Sophia. Hello. All right, guys. So at this point, I have a ton of information. So the next step for me is roughing out an intention. So I like to set an intention about my like presence in our community, um, both on my main platform, which is YouTube, but also on my webpage, hounddoghollow.com, which I'm working on, and please check out, and also my media. Like, how can I be more creative? How can I bring about the positive change that I'm trying to bring about? How can I be a good, kind, loyal, helpful leader in our community? We can all be leaders in different aspects, right? So I've got to think and dream about it. That's why I do it so many days in advance. I've got to think and dream and journal about it. So at this point, the next step for me is journaling. I've got to think and dream and journal about all the things that I wrote, and how I want to manifest those things in the next 6 months, right? I want to think about that, and then I will set a rough intention. From there, once I have my intention, I'm going to create like a spell. And so probably not create a spell. If I was going to be super clear with you guys about what's going to happen, I would say on the 17th, which is a dark moon, I would have myself a candle for cleansing and release. Oh, you're welcome, Don. A candle for cleansing and release, with a bath with bath salts and herbs for cleansing and release and purification. Where I scrub myself, I give myself a good scrubbing, a good exfoliation. I do facial peels. I deep clean and condition my hair. I really do like the whole spa and self-care stuff. And just the tub is a mess afterwards, between conditioner and bath salts and herbs and like exfoliator. It's a mess. And so you drain that away and everything drains with it. Your candle burns down, you're cleansing, you're getting all that. I have incense, I have maybe some crystals that are really grounding and healing, like maybe some smoky quartz. I'll drain that all away. Sleep, rest, maybe just let it go. And then on the new moon, which is on the 18th for me in Oregon, I will say, okay, this is the intention that I settled on. I may or may not have a bath again. I don't know, depending on if I want to have because Leo's also about self-care and strengthening yourself and vitality. So I might do a bath around there, but probably a candle spell. So I'll have my candle. I'll have my intention, incense, some crystals, put it all on my altar. Have my parchment to write my final intention on, my envelope to seal my intention to save so I can revisit it in the future. Let the candle burn down, and then I do divination, and I say, what's going to happen this new moon cycle? What do I need to know? What goddess should I what divine feminine? What's the message from the divine feminine? I have tons of decks, and I will post. I'm committing to you guys to post something on my Instagram to share that. What a message from the divine feminist? What goddess wants to work with me? I use my animal deck and I say what's going to happen this moon cycle, and I look at my lunar cards especially, right? And then I sleep. And so while the new moon is a good time to set intentions, you set the intentions, and you don't start working on the seed right away. You plant the seed and you just, you keep it watered, you keep it moist, but you don't really do a whole lot with it until it starts to bloom. And so, still do your part, but really a good time to really add some more fire and ignition is the first quarter. But I digress. The point is the new moon. That's probably my new moon plan, roughly. And so once I've journaled and once I've kind of come up with a intention, I basically say, okay, I'm going to need my book of shadows, a pen, an envelope, a parchment. I'm going to need these crystals, and I look at my correspondences. I want to work with these decks. I am going to need a candle, and I want to work on self-confidence, so I'm going to need a mirror, and so on and so on and so forth. That's basically it. And then once I have my list and I have like my stuff kind of roughly done out, it helps me gather everything together. And then on the day of, I make it happen. I do it and I journal about it, and that's it. Does anybody? I feel like I shared a lot of information, because I'm kind of like talking. So, does anybody have any questions? Does anybody want to share any thoughts on their intentions? Like I said, my intention is probably going to be centered around this. Thank you, Lori. I am feeling better. I'm being more conscious about drinking my protein, so I'm getting my nutrition, about taking my supplements so that I'm getting my nutrition, about moving my body so that I'm getting my circulation going to help with my healing. I have not been as good about getting my rest because my busyness is ramping up. But life is good and I can't complain. I'm recovering well from surgery. I only had, some side effects, but nothing abnormal or not to be expected or very rare or dangerous. Just mostly discomfort and tiredness and some other side effects. But I'm okay, and thank you for asking. Anybody have any questions in general, or anything they want me to look up, or any questions about my website or my social media? Yes, Megan. And so Megan, something I want you to check out that I have linked on my astrology reviews is there's lots of places that will make you a natal chart, right? Bye, Dawn. Love you. Thank you so much, dear, for joining us. So it will print you out a free one. And so the one I like is Cafe Astrology. So if you just put in Google Cafe Astrology free natal chart, it will pull it up. And so, yes, I know where my moon is. So my moon is in Aquarius and the degree, right? And so then that tells me my moon. It tells me also what house it is. So for me, it's in the 11th house, right? Am I crazy over here? Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's in the 12th house. My moon is in my 12th house, right? And it also tells me the aspects. So like my moon is square to my Mars. My moon is sextile to my Neptune. My moon is trine to my Pluto. My moon is sextile to my midheaven. Oh, you mean the new moon? No, I don't do that. I don't do that specifically. I love astrology, but I'm not an astrologer. But the astrologer on the Witch's Box, she does that. And I love to read hers. She's really, really, really good. So I'm not that good at it. I'm not an aspectarian. I do have, so Megan, if you're interested in that, this book does have like 20 pages of aspectarian that that goes further into that. And it's so complicated to me. It's really complicated to me, but I would still say, yes, Cafe Astrology has a lot of that information. I would say that Astrogenius has a lot of that information. I would say that the Witch's Box, their astrologer, she really goes into that. And she says, like, you can know where this is transiting in your sign if you look at this. And she really breaks it down for you really easy. When they do their new moon, full moon, and dark moon report, I really appreciate that. I read it and I understand it, but I myself am not good at aspects and transits. Those are really far advanced, and it just hasn't been something that I really wanted to delve into. I would rather I have a fairly, I would say I'm intermediate on astrology. I have a deeper than average knowledge of astrology, but I would say that those topics are advanced, and it's not something that I don't want to get advanced into astrology. I have so many topics that I want to get well versed in before I dive into any one deep thing. But that's amazing, Megan, for sure. That would be an amazing depth year project. And if you do it, please let me know, bro. So the houses, okay, so bye, Urban Witch. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. So, Lori, my next live is actually about houses. So basically, when we talked about astrology, we started with the fundamentals, which is the building blocks of each sign as we know it. And we talked about that. And if you don't remember, please refer back to my live on that. But also, guys, for every single one of my lives that I have done with information, I am working on getting a cheat sheet up on my website, but I'm slow, again, recovering from surgery, and also so many responsibilities. But the thing with your zodiac sign, right, and your planets and your houses, they're all different aspects. And the best way that I'm trying to find my little notes. So let's say that your planet, right? Everybody has all the planets and the asteroids in their natal chart. We all do. Everybody does. But what sign they're in is the role that they play in your life. So your sun is your main sign, right? But what role is it going to play? For me, the role of my sun is Leo. I'm a Leo. That's how I present to the world. That's my role for my sun. Where it is in my houses, that's where the action takes place. That's where it's going to be most impactful, right? If my planet is an actor and my zodiac sign is a role, then the house is where the action takes place. And everybody has 12 houses. And depending on what your rising sign is, so the sign where you took your first breath of air as a human being, that's your rising sign. That's Pisces, right? For me, Pisces was the rising sign when I came out. So then my first house is going to start in Pisces, right? And then for me, I actually skipped 2 houses. I don't have an Aries or a Libra in my houses. Those are skipped houses, and that's kind of a complicated topic. But then every house, so the first house is self, and it corresponds with Aries. So the energies that we think of for Aries also take place in this little, it's a pie, 12-piece pie. It also takes place in this little segment. So if you have houses there, then those energies are really going to affect your self, your individual self. For number 2 is Taurus, it's your possessions. For number 3 is Gemini, it's your communication. For number 4, it's Cancer, it's your home. For number 5, it's Leo, it's your creativity, it's the way you present to the world. For number 6, it's Virgo, it's your work, your service. So I have a stellium in Virgo, which is meaning that a lot of the parts of my personality are based in service to others. So basically, it's just saying, like, where is the action taking place? Because obviously, if you have an actor, right, who's playing a role, it makes a world of difference if he's an actor playing a role in outer space, or is he an actor playing a role in the forest, or is he an actor playing a role in, like, a courtroom? So that's just basically the expression, right? I'm going to do a live on that. I don't know if I was very helpful at all, Lori, with explaining what the house is. But I hope that helped. I'm going to do a live and I'm going to start from the beginning and I'm going to read lots and lots of excerpts from a really good one. And that's actually next weekend, next Sunday at my normal time, which is probably 4 in the afternoon. We're going to do that live and I'm going to go into depth about houses. So please join. I think you'll like it. And I don't know. I feel like I talk a lot. All right, guys. If nobody has any questions or any, oh, thank you, Lori. If nobody has any questions, I can stay for 10 more minutes answering questions. But if nobody has any questions, I am going to check out those chicks, and like I promised, I'm going to get a. I'm trying to see if there's any. I will try to get some pictures of the chicks and just, get those up on my Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram already and you'd like to see the chicks or whatever, you can go to my main page. There's these little like daily bobs that have the symbols of like Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, and that's linked to my media. And if you click on the Instagram, it should take you to my Instagram and you should see my feed there. But anyways, guys, I love you so much. I'm so happy to be able to do this week. I'm so happy to connect. I did miss it a lot, and then I kind of get the guilt that I'm not doing it, and then I kind of feel the guilt that I'm not practicing, and then we get into these really negative thought patterns, and so I'm glad too. Thank you so much, Megan. I'm glad, guys. I'm going to call it then. And I'm going to basically go see my little chickadees and see how many were born and try to get a little bit of picture of them and then maybe cook some dinner. Oh, and finish this protein shake. And that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful full moon. I'll try to post some stuff on IG with a little more of like my setup. And maybe some information in the description. And thank you guys so much. And I love you guys. And I hope you have a blessed new moon in Leo. And I will see you next week for my next segment in my astrology series, which is going to be houses. So super appropriate, Lori. If you have missed them, I've already covered the fundamentals. I've covered the zodiac and I've covered the planets. Did I cover the planets? I feel like I have. I feel like I did that. Yes, I did. I did that. So then we're going to do houses. Anyway, I love you guys. Stay safe. Have a wonderful day. Good night.